What can we do to create more light in this world? There is such darkness now. But with the new moon, I want to look at darkness in a little different way. So the darkness has that potential, the unmanifest. I want to read the first verse from the Tao Te Ching. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The unnameable is the eternally real. Naming is the origin of all particular things. Free from desire, you realize the mystery. Caught in desire, you see only the manifestations. Yet mystery and manifestations arise from the same source. This source is called darkness. Darkness within darkness, the gateway to all understanding. And so you look at the mystery, the right-brained, and the manifestation, the left-brained. They're both from the same, but they're really the looking beyond both of those and understanding that the essence is pre-naming, pre-identifying. So how do we shed the manifestations so that we can create more space for something that's deeper and more full of that powerful essence, the spiritual essence that we are made of, the deepest personal alignment that we can let flow, allow to flow in at this time. As the moon starts to wax, as our personal moon starts to wax again, what is that? What is it waxing with? Is it waxing with old habits? With old mental patterns, emotional patterns, resentments, emotional behaviors? Now is the time to look, to really be aware of, and look at what that darkness is made of. Is it made of unmanifest divinity or potential within us? Or is it made up of resentment behaviors? So now is the opportunity to really look and be aware of those habits that's not serving us anymore, and to make a decision to release that. So with awareness comes the clarity of the habit, but that we are not made of this stuff. We can release. We can let it flow away. And those habits are made up of lower vibrations. So if we can release that through practice, through embodiment practice, through breath practice, through sound practice, we can then create the space of the pure unmanifest, the most powerful, the darkness within darkness, the gateway to all understanding. And that is where grace can come from. I wanted to read you 3 short passages from different traditions, spiritual traditions, that reflect the same essence. Make space in your heart so divine grace can flow in. And if you were here last week, I set some of the breathwork music to that, which you will also hear today. That's an early Tantra text. Tantra is the root to a lot of the Buddhist practices and Hindu practices. Make space in your heart so divine grace can flow in. But you have to make space first. The next text. The wound is where the light pours in. So that's Rumi. And that's honing into that dark feeling that we're feeling so much right now. How can we use that as space, to creating space? The wound creates more depth to open the heart further into darkness within darkness. The third text is, my heart was split, and a flower appeared, and grace sprang up. Now that's almost the same as the Tantra text. It's from Odes of Solomon, from the Christian tradition. My heart was split, and the wound. My heart was split from a wound, Rumi. My heart was split, Odes of Solomon. My heart was split. Make space in your heart, and a flower appeared, and grace sprang up. Make space in your heart so divine grace can flow in. These are practically the same text if you look at it through each other. So sometimes we do need to go to this dark space, the emptiness, creating space. So what can you release today? Make space. Take a moment and reflect on your week. If there was some mental habit or emotional habit you became aware of, a pattern that you might be ready to release now through this practice. I want to read one more text before we go into our practice. Beloved is where we begin. So, how do we release if we're afraid of the dark? How do we know that something that comes forth is something that will help us? That is where prayer, where intention comes in. You don't have to be of a specific tradition to create an intention or a prayer. That all your practices come forth for the best service of all, including yourself. I'm going to read this text, which is from Blessing from Circle of Grace by Jan Richardson. Beloved is where we begin. If you would enter into the wilderness, do not begin without a blessing. Do not leave without hearing who you are. Beloved, named by the one who has traveled this path before you. Do not let go without letting it echo in your ears. And if you find it hard to let it into your heart, do not despair. This is what this journey is for. I cannot promise this blessing will free you from danger, from fear, from hunger or thirst, from the scorching of sun or the fall of the night. But I can tell you that on this path there will be help. I can tell you that on this way there will be rest. I can tell you that you will know the strange graces that come to our aid only on a road such as this, that fly to meet us bearing comfort and strength, that come alongside us for no other cause than to lean themselves toward our ear, and with their curious insistence whisper our name. Beloved, beloved, beloved. We are beloved because we are part of this universe. So when we trust in surrendering fully that which does not serve us, we can create a prayer and an intention that that which comes forth from that space is only for good, is only for loved, is only to serve the beloved in all of us. You can also create your own intention specifically to you. This is why we pray and why we create intention. So we create that safe space to open and to release what no longer serves us.